Good morning everyone, my name is Christian from Two-Headed Wolf Gaming and welcome back into Simcity, where we're having a change of plans. I looked at how the series is going, I looked at how we're doing as far as building up a city, and we have a few problems here and there. Well, talking about the game now. So we started making the great works here, which is the archaeology, which will take some work to be built, like it will require a bunch of resources. Like I took a look over at this city. We have, if we're gonna check it here, we have oil, lots of oil. So this will probably be an oil city, but why are we making this oil city? Well, because we need one of these petroleum HQ in order to be able to create oil refineries. Now, oil refineries will be used in order to make plastic. If we can get plastic out of recycling instead of the oil refinery, that would be great. But I would like us to at least unlock it. Well, why is that? Because then I want to go over here in this crater and we have both coal, ore, and oil. And I want to make over here, we're going to focus mostly on this kind of industrial in the, what is it called? The mining team, right? Because we want to make alloys, we want to make metal. We will need TVs. In order to make TVs, we will need electronics. In order to have an electronic division, we will definitely need to be making both plastic and at the same time make ore alloys, I think, right? So we need plastic and alloys, most of it for the electronics division. So I gathered some money here, which we will be using to send over and start this. We don't need this town to be too big. We need just enough to unlock some petroleum factories, right? And after that, we were going to move from region to region. We're gonna keep gathering money and we're gonna start expanding and constructing the great works we have in the area. And finally, I think in the end, we will return back there into our gambling city to do some more work. So welcome back. Here we have a basic setup of the area. Basically put down an oil well and I went ahead and picked up the guide for the drilling theme, right? And we needed to place down a trade division or a trade depot and start selling some stuff around. Went ahead and reassigned some of these residential areas with a few shops. We have a few medium wealth over here with a few high wealth as well, blending through. Over here we have our services, firehouse, school, clinic. Down here we have our resources. We're missing a bunch of people, so hopefully we'll be growing pretty soon. We can do the fireworks fun. There's no buildings in the area. I don't think there will be any kind of fire. We have a few factories here to the north because the wind is blowing that way. A garbage dump, an oil plant, which will require barrels from the area. Hopefully we're not selling them all. And here we got ourselves basically a simple setup for the region. And from here on out, what we will do is that we were going to try to make plastic and we're gonna try to unlock the oil refinery here for the area, so we can start constructing over there like different electronics. And here we'll probably stay with the theme of making this just a futuristic type of city. Like we'll just go ahead, send a lot of money in, and we're just gonna plop down mega towers and things like that. We will have to see how it goes. while everything grows here, because there's not a whole lot to do, then wait at this moment. I think I shouldn't be selling oil anymore for a short time. Or I should be adding down. Let's add down. Plop down a few more of these pumps. Because we will need so many more. There we have it. To produce more, and then we will need it to bring it to the oil power plant as well. And as we wait, one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is, in a sense, the future of series like the Simcity. I'm trying to share with you as much as I can from my experience as making content creation. I think for me personally it has been one of those experiences that I liked to share, just to show you my perspective. And I haven't heard a whole lot of people talking about it, especially when it comes to games. But one of the things I love to do on the channel, and one of the reasons why we're playing Simcity right now, is because I do like to play in teams, like the intro to my channel says. We started Simcity with the Cities of Tomorrow. I thought it was a perfect fit for the situation where we played the Cyberpunk 2077, or as much as we could have played it, and we didn't play it on the channel, we played it on our own. And that team inspired me personally to want to do series like this. That's why I did Shadowrun Returns and games, and I want to do more games like that. At first I thought that I would be doing Simcity every day. Unfortunately, that became a bit difficult for me personally, because I'm not doing this as a job, I'm doing this as a side project. And even though I enjoy it, there's a maximum amount of time that I could invest every week into making this happen. Okay, so let's get the next mission over here, meaning they want us to have 10 pump jacks and extract 9600 barrels per day and plop a petroleum headquarters. Let's see, can I, if I make a bigger road here? Yeah, there's a lot more to extract there. Okay. I think instead of going here, what I could do is bring our pumps over here. Just like this. So now we'll have 10 pump jacks. We will need more cars. We will need slightly more storage. And probably another car there. Okay, everything seems to be fine. We are hiring here. Yeah, we need plenty more workers. How far until they start growing? Well, let's put down one of these down holes. Maybe it will improve the appeal. I think we can place it here because it doesn't really matter whether we upgrade it or not. Sure. I'm gonna do this. Yeah, make everybody happy. Let's plop down one of these stations here. We're gonna go and add another one over here. And another one here at the exit. Yes, we're gonna use them in the future. Water, sewage, electricity is okay. We're losing quite a bit of money, but hopefully we'll be able to grow soon. With the exports we should be fine at least. we're not gonna go evil just yet. We're gonna plug Dr. Vu into our gambling city because it also attracts tourisms. Okay, this will not grow, this will grow here. So it's not necessarily the happiest of situations. Maybe one thing we could do is, instead of having people here, we can put down some commercial. Art shops make people happier. Okay, and as we're waiting for it, let's talk. Let's continue the talk. Wow, look at this park. This means to be rich. Okay. And so as I was imagining it, is that we will play Cyberpunk games for a long time. One straight theme that we have on the channel is definitely keeping it historical and doing the Total War titles or games like Crusader Kings 3, and that will always stay with me on the channel. The other ones will change. The one where with Cyberpunk, for example, will change. And I thought that I'd be able to play this, like from doing it every day, I decided to do it from Monday to Friday. That was one of the ways in which I could ensure that I'll always have episodes for you guys. And now it has been a few weeks, like we're at episode 20, I think this is 23. So we are in our 5th week. And all of a sudden, like that charm went away. Like I want to play more Cyberpunk, but I didn't get a chance to because the game is not being repaired quick enough. So whenever I want to do another series or another playthrough on my own, I will definitely want the game to work better. And that is not happening right now, and it doesn't seem like it will happen for a while. Perfect, we're getting our first upgrades in the city for residents. And so I find myself in the situation where playing a Cyberpunk theme game doesn't bring me joy anymore. And that is definitely not something I had planned. Yep, I know we're not going to extract this oil, but we can focus on these ones and have it be more than enough right now. I'm gonna keep some of these areas open for petroleum, like for the refineries. And for now I'm going to throw in here our headquarters. Good. Okay, now we can make fuel. Can we? Okay, they want us to plop another oil well, add 2 more oil pump jacks to it, and extract more oil. Let's see, if I do it here, that's not enough. If I bring it here, it's better. Okay, so let's build it here. And I am going to extend this road. Probably will bring it like this, just to have more. We can even do an augmented, let's see, leach the crude oil out of your city twice as fast as before with this enhanced oil well. Beware of the pollution though. What is the upkeep on this one? 100, this is 30. Okay, I can't do that upkeep just yet. Okay, so now we should be set. Okay. And so now I'm finding myself in the situation where I don't feel like playing a Cyberpunk theme game anymore, on one side. On the other side, when I'm looking at the Simcity viewership, even for a channel this small, like it's not a successful series by any means. And I understood this when I started the game as well, as a playthrough on this channel, because unless you are actually looking for SimCity, there's a very small chance that you are even going to watch this series. Plus there are better or higher YouTubers whose videos will stay up at the top. Well, if viewership isn't good and I am not feeling in the mood to play it anymore, then why still do the series? Why still do a series in itself? Well, I thought that, well, since I started it, what I want to do and what I promised to myself that I'll do is that I'll do my best to keep series or to finish series as much as possible. The reason why is because in history, while I was watching other YouTubers play, like I discovered some new YouTubers that I liked, I always looked in their playlist for different games. And whenever I felt like watching a city builder game, I definitely went ahead and started watching their series, even though they weren't the best. And so I want you to find series here, maybe in 5 years' time, of playing SimCity. The reason why I wanna tell you all about this is because partially I like to share my experience, and I think that in sharing my experience you might have a chance to start your very own YouTube channel at some point, or maybe your very own project, and see how it evolves, how what I'm trying to do has evolved, and hopefully it will be successful in 2 years' time or something along those lines. Because now I have to rethink my strategy. Like, the way I thought I would be doing these themes and playing them all day, and like I could post videos, I could record and post videos like for a few months. Let's say we'll play a Cyberpunk theme for 2 months and things like that, for as long as one of these playthroughs might last, is not working. The way I feel it could be working is if I was doing this throughout the day, like if I was streaming, for example, or if YouTube was doing video content for YouTube was my day job, then I could do one of these SimCities for an entire day, right, for an entire week, and post all of them up. Something like Carnage, I guess, would be a good example. When he likes a game, he does multiple days of the same game, maybe 2 games at the same time, but basically he's working a lot on it. He definitely puts a lot of effort in it. Now that is one way in which keeping a team going would work for me, right? It gives us just enough time to go in it, to try all types of titles, to keep the hype up for whatever game we're looking into, and then move on to a different team, right? You can live, breathe, and give back the theme that you are trying to put out there. On another note, since I can't do that because I do have a day job, I have other responsibilities as well, another way I thought about doing it is, for example, do a stream during the weekend, or do multiple hours of a game, for example like SimCity, and construct these towns, and in this way I will be posting it up, like the full playthrough that I've done. And so it's probably like a secondary solution to my problem, right, of wanting to do themes while at the same time trying to not lose enthusiasm. And right now I'm in a moment where I am trying to rethink my strategy. Okay, like I like doing these themes, and when I was doing it on my own, because I was very confused why it didn't work, when I was doing this on my own, I would be playing like 3 or 4 games during the same day. I would wake up, try a title out, then I would go to work, and then would come back and I would try a few more titles out, and maybe before bed I would play a game where I didn't have to listen to the person talking, and I would listen to a playthrough, or you know, things like that. And it definitely was a whole lot easier to do. But I'm learning. I am trying to learn as I go along, and I'm not sure what will be the future for us going forward. I decided that with Simcity right now, what I'm gonna do is that I'll hurry it up. I'll hurry up the series as much as I can. And so we're making this happen. Then during the next episode probably, or the episode after that, we're gonna start this city here, just so we can start making like the resources necessary to make these great works happen, and then finish this with a like throw all the money in here, just so we can make a megalopolis probably with one of these mega towers. And in the end, or before the end, we're gonna go back to the gambling town and see if we can fix it up. Maybe as soon as we're done with these great works, when we will have shoppers, we will have workers, and we will have students moving around, maybe it's then that the gambling town will function really well. So we'll have to see. How about adding a train? I think I could add a train over here. Okay, let's try to add it here. And I will bring a road around. I'm gonna bring it through here. Let's see, where's the oil right now? Oh, here it is. Okay. So I could probably come through here. Start going this way. Maybe just a tiny bit further, and then we'll head to the north. And there we have it. And now we'll draw this one here, and that's it. Buses, a bus stop over here. Okay. Good. So if you think about starting your very own YouTube channel, I would really encourage you to go ahead and try it out. There's a lot, even if it's not gonna be, I don't know, a true success in the true sense of the word, like depending on what you set your goal out to do. But if you're young, if you're a student, and you are thinking that you could do this in the meantime while you go to school, definitely a good choice. Definitely try it out. There's a lot to learn, and even if you hit a certain wall, like your ideas don't turn out as well as you imagine them to, just keep going. Now, I never thought, like, I always imagined that this kind of thematic things would work, and I thought that I could do it. I thought I could keep the enthusiasm out. I thought I could have all the time in the world to do the series however I wanted. At the same time, I've realized that that is not necessarily true. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to compromise on certain things. You can also just change the entire dynamic entirely. Like at this point, I have 75 subscribers. Uh, and for me, that is amazing. Like right now, like there's nothing. Okay, I basically I can say that I expected it. I expected it because, well, I thought that that's what's going to be like going forward, but I wasn't necessarily sure that I would have. How should I say this? It's not guaranteed anywhere that you would get it, and I never thought that it would be guaranteed that I would get all of these subscribers. Changing the dynamics of the channel at this point has a pretty low impact. There will be people who might not like it and will not stay around to see the channel grow, but they might be back, and that is okay. Like, people's tastes change, the way I do things, right, and the way you think you are going to do things will change as well, and you can't really influence that too much. If you feel like the best choice you can make is changing the channel because it is not working in the way you intended it to work, and you put in some thinking, like it's not just about gut feeling, it's also about trying to plan things out and see whether what you're thinking is actually the reality of it, then go ahead and change it. One thing that I personally believe you cannot do is expect people to, I don't know, but basically to expecting that you would be growing definitely exponentially, and then you're constantly going to grow and you're constantly going to be getting better, and that if you go out there and you promote your channel for I guess to as many people as possible today, you are guaranteed that you will be getting a good growth, and then all of a sudden you're gonna start making money and things like that. Like any business, even starting a YouTube channel starts you in a hole, financially speaking, because you have to invest in a few equipment. You're gonna buy a camera, maybe you'll buy a mic, maybe you'll buy a few apps to go with what you plan to do, and things like that. But overall, it's a worthy journey. I personally feel like I've won a lot, and I feel a lot of satisfaction even out of out of these frustrating moments when I'm like, rah, why isn't it working? Why isn't it turning out the way I thought it would be? Why am I losing spirit during the week, right? When I have to record an episode. At the end of the day, we're only humans, so we're trying our best at making things happen. And even doing this, it's an art in itself. Now, this is about all the time that we have for today. I hope you have enjoyed the rambles. This is the rambling that I do every once in a while in trying to share with you part of my experience, part of my stories, in the hopes that maybe somewhere in there it helps you maybe start your own content, and it doesn't have to be YouTube. Maybe it's something that has to do with art, maybe it's a business that you have been thinking of for a long time. And frustrations do add up when things do not work. And these are journeys that are worth pursuing, because you never know where the path might lead you. Like with this experience, like now seeing the YouTube analytics, seeing how it grows, seeing how you could reach like more people, and what type of impact does a video that's being watched for more than 10 minutes has, or a video that's being watched only for 3 minutes has. It's something that I've started applying, at least started talking to some of my colleagues in other organizations when we're looking at the statistics that the organizational channel has, right? Whether we're doing well, or how good is a certain growth, like how good is it if we reach 1,000 people when yesterday we only reached 500 people, like how valuable is that doubling up, and what did we do to get there, and things like that. So you might think that whatever you're doing is gonna get you to success, but it might bring you success in an area that you haven't even dreamed of until the moment you actually started putting it into practice. Never know when it's valuable in life. And so take the time to try things out for yourself and see what works, learn from others, and enjoy your experience, I guess. Well, with that in mind, I guess this is all the time that we have for today. So until tomorrow, I wish you all a wonderful day,